Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's already subscribed. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button for us. I really appreciate the support. And I'll keep delivering some more backyard motorcycle reviews, basically. So today I got a BMW R1200 GS Adventure. Pretty sure this is the Adventure model. Now there is a difference between the normal R1200 and the Adventure model. I'm pretty sure the Adventure model comes with like all the crash bars and maybe some fancy lights and whatnot. Not much of a difference, but I'm pretty sure they've got a much bigger tank as well, so you can get a lot more mileage out of them, which is pretty cool. Let's go through some of the cool features of this bike. We'll start with the engine. So as you can see, the engine sort of bulges out on both sides of the bike, and that's because it is a horizontally opposed boxer engine. So it's a twin, but instead of the cylinders firing that way, they fire, well, away from each other like that, which is pretty cool. Like, I was kind of sort of concerned because this bike is really heavy. It's around 223 kilograms dry, so even more with all the liquids and stuff in it. I was kind of concerned because the head sits right here, so if you manage to drop this bike, I reckon you could probably do some damage, which is probably where these will come into play. But whether that can handle 230 odd kilos, gosh, I'm sure it would have been more of a problem. Like if it was a real issue, I'm sure I would have heard about it. So you got front and rear adjustable suspension on this bike, and another cool feature is this is actually shaft driven, so there's no chain, which is pretty cool. Don't really know of many shaft driven bikes. I know the BMWs are really renowned for it, but I have seen some Suzukis with shaft drives as well, so it's pretty cool. Some more cool features about this bike is all the luggage you can carry. This bike in particular comes with panniers here and on the side, and you can buy tank bags and whatnot to go on the tank. It's pretty well set up for touring. The Adventure model as well sits a bit higher than the normal R1200, I'm pretty sure. I think the seat height on this bad boy is about 35 inches. So it's not a small bike. It's by no means a small bike. If you like, I'm 5'10" or 5'9", I think. Around 70 kilos, and yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable on this bike. Like I think I'm definitely too small. I reckon you probably need to be at least 6 foot, 80 kilos to be able to comfortably ride one of these. When I'm at the lights, basically the only thing touching the floor is my toes on my left foot. So be warned, if you are going to go look at the Adventure model, they do sit a fair bit higher, and they are heavy as hell. So just be careful when you're going to look at one of these. Definitely a big bike, and not to be messed with. This particular bike belongs to my dad, and he was gracious enough to let me borrow it for the afternoon. It's got a cool MIV invent exhausts on it, which sounds pretty good. I don't know if you can take the baffle out on that thing. Oh, the baffle's already out. All good. Yeah, so we're going to go to the ride section of this review, and I'm basically going to let you guys know what I think of the bike and how it handles and whatnot. So let's get into it. Cheers. Alrighty, I'll give you guys a little preview of what the exhaust sounds like. It sounds pretty damn good. Oh, it sounds pretty good. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's get on with this ride. That's what I mean, this bike's so big and heavy, man. There we go. Alright, come on. Oh, still neutral. Oh. I swear I know how to ride. Alright. And we're off. There we go. Alrighty. it's got enough power, man. Like, it's got plenty of power. I think these things make about 98 horsepower. It's all about the torque on these things though. This makes 115 newton meters of torque. So that double cylinder really low down power is what it's made for. Makes it very fun to ride. Oh, and that exhaust sounds good as well. Gosh, this is the best bit of weather we've had so far, so I was dying to take this thing out. Ooh, and of course there's traffic. Seating position on this, you're pretty upright. Like it's quite comfortable. I can see myself doing long distances on a bike like this, which is exactly what this thing's been designed for. You see guys doing countrywide trips on these things, and something that engine is very well known for as well, the Boxer engine. They're known in these bikes for being able to get a lot of kilometers out of them. So with a lot of bikes, if you tell someone you've got like a sports bike or something with like 40-50,000 k's on, that's regarded as a lot of kilometers for a bike. As for this thing, these bikes with these engines, oh gosh, you can easily get 70-80,000 k's without any trouble with these things. I actually had the 800 version of this when I was a bit younger, and it had 74,000 kilometers on it, and that thing was still going strong. And I think I sold it with like 83,000 kilometers on it. I think I had it for a little while. But the BMW engines really do last a long time. They're a little bit expensive to maintain, but for the amount of Ks you can get out of them, I'd say they're well worth the money. Obviously this is an old bike. This is probably a 2007, 2008, but it's got a lot of cool bits and bobs on it. Like, it's got ABS, it's got a heated grips. I probably shouldn't have started that off like it was a list. Yeah, it's got all the fancy stuff. Heated grips on this side, ABS on that side. Got a little info button there to go through all your settings and whatnot. Got a little USB port jack thing over there, which is cool. So you can charge your phone if you have a tank bag or something. The thing I like most about this bike is definitely the exhaust. It sounds really good. And when you actually stand still with this bike, I don't know whether it's just because I'm a small guy and it's a big bike, but when you stand still and you're just idling and you give it a little rev, you can actually feel the whole bike shift. Like, you can feel the whole damn bike move, man. It's pretty cool. It feels like you're in a big V8, and every time you rev it, it just shakes the whole car. It's pretty cool. I like this bike. The only issue is how big it is and how small I am. It was just never meant to be. Maybe when I'm a little bit older and I'm a little bit bigger, but I'm definitely too short to ride it. Comfortably anyway. I hate to deter people from motorcycles because I like all bikes. But yeah, you know, BMW made this bike for tall, big guys. Basically, this is a big boy bike, and I don't think I have any business owning one of these. But if you're tall and you're big and strong and not a little girl like me, go and buy one. They're super fun. Which way do I want to go? Really fun to cruise on as well. This thing is really fun to cruise on. Still not extremely comfortable on this bike. This bike's a bit too heavy for me. Ooh, she gets up and goes. I don't know what that yellow triangle thing is on my dash. I really hope that's not something bad. I'm supposed to be taking this thing back to my dad tomorrow, so woo, man, this thing is fun. She gets up and goes, alright. bike goes, considering it's got almost 60,000 kilometers on it. Almost 60,000 kilometers, and this thing is still an absolute cracker to ride. Oh, I love it, man. It feels very similar to the F800 GS. In terms of sound as well, it sounds quite similar as well. The F800 GS has got a parallel twin in it. This is obviously a boxer engine. It's still a 2-cylinder though, so they should sound somewhat similar, but when you get it to that certain rev range, man, the sound is just amazing. It's alright once you start moving. It's when you slow down and you try and put your foot down, that's where the trouble kicks in. I wouldn't want to deter anyone. If you're buying one of these bikes to go and thrash it off-road, yeah, be very careful, because you'll have a rough time, man. These things can go off-road, and I've seen them go off-road, but the people riding these things off-road are very, very experienced riders in those sorts of conditions. If you're just average Billy Bob wanting to go and buy one of these because you reckon they look cool, and you want to go dirt riding with your friends, yeah, I would stay so freaking far away from this thing if that's what you want to do. You'll get on the sand, you'll get on soft sand with this, and you'll be stuck there all day, man. It'll get you. The bike can get out. It's not the bike's problem. Like it'll be you that won't be able to get the bike out because of how heavy it is. This thing falls over you and you're half puffed. You're done, mate. That's just what's going to happen. Gonna have to call the recovery team to come and get your silly ass. Hey, mate. Ooh, nice little Ninja. I like. Oh, I can make it. I can make it. There we go. Yeah, it's quite comfy to ride. The seat's quite padded as well. The seat's quite soft and it's quite wide as well. It's a very comfortable riding position. Ooh. Oh. Put my hazards on. Oh, what a beautiful day. Yeah, I think the only downside to this bike is how big it is. That's genuinely my only concern with it. I seem to be doing pretty well riding it though. I'm not really having much trouble. I haven't really ridden it much, so don't take my word as gospel. But it's just from what I'm telling you from riding it now. It just feels a bit big to me. Wow, that's a nice, quite comfortable around corners as well. It's not too bad. Yeah, corners really well. Yeah, corners really well. I reckon this bike could take a beating off-road if it was ridden by someone who had proper off-road experience on one of these things. Yeah, but not bad. Not bad. I'll give this out of 10. I would probably give this at least an 8. I reckon it's a very well designed bike for what it's built for. It's built for long distance travelling, carrying a lot of load, and when needed, going off road. So yeah, I think it ticks all the boxes really. I don't exactly know how much these cost either. I know the brand spanking new ones are expensive as shit. I'm pretty sure they're upwards of like 30 grand or something, or even more. They're like, it's like Harley price range category sort of shit. It's like high rollers freaking money to be able to ride one of these brand new. Like I said, this is 07, 08. Back in the day, they would have been very expensive, but you could probably pick one like this up around 15 grand now, or maybe even closer to 12, 10, somewhere around there. So very affordable if you want to go and buy one. The R1200s are even cheaper. Like I said, this is the adventure model. This is the model with the big, I think 34 litre tank or some shit. It's lifted. It's got all the good stuff on it. The cheap, like the normal R1200, I'm sure they're about, you could probably pick one up for about 8 grand. I think I saw one up for sale for about $9,000 the other day. So they're not expensive if you want to do some touring, but cannot get past the reliability of these engines. I absolutely think that they're amazing engines, and they go the distance, and they prove it time and time again. Like I said, my 800 had over 80,000 kilometers on it, and that thing was still an absolute blast to ride. It had absolutely no trouble. Ooh, old mate wants to race. But yeah, that's my opinion on this bike. I reckon it's great. 8 out of 10. Very good touring bike if you want to do very long distance trips. You can carry just about your entire house on this freaking thing, with all the panniers and all the shit that it comes with. So it's really made for that sort of thing, and it's very comfortable to ride. It's got all the cool features like the heated grips and shit. Yeah, I reckon it's a very well-rounded bike. And like I said before, guys, if you like this sort of content, you like watching me talk shit about bikes that I know next to nothing about. No, I know a little bit about them, but if you guys want to keep watching videos like this, subscribe to the channel, really appreciate it. And yeah, I'ma keep doing my thing, boy. Yeah, look, my final thing about this bike I want to say is I like it. It's good. 8 out of 10, definitely. Oh, what's that? Oh, a Z400 or something. Well, we're gonna go have to chase him down on this big boy. Let's go. Come on, Alice, get out of my way. Big peepee coming through. Oh, there he goes. Don't come into my lane. There we go. Good boy. Chase this little boy down. Where you at, dog? Where is you at? You. Gosh, I love the way this thing sounds. Meow. Oh, beautiful R6. Oh, pop, pop, pop. Alrighty guys, well I'm going to sign off and leave ya. If you're ever interested in buying one of these bikes, just know that some nobody on YouTube reckons they're alright. They're pretty good. Oh, there's that little 400. Come on boy, where you at? Yeah, I reckon they're cool. Obviously wouldn't take it off-road too much, but if you're interested in touring and you're interested in doing the long trips and doing country cross trips and that sort of stuff, definitely the bike for you. It's got the fuel capacity, it's got the range, the engine will do 100 plus 1,000 kilometers easily, and it's got all the fancy bits like heated grips and shit. So I reckon it's fully rounded. It's a very well rounded bike. So if you guys like it, like the video, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you on my next video. Thanks guys, catch ya.